Well, here it comes.
All right, what's up, guys? We are full swing now. Got our scrimmage out of the way. Jack, y'all had y'all's first game last night. How you feeling?
Feeling like we got some things that need to improve on, but that's part of the game. That's
Yeah.
why you love it. There's always something to get better at. So
Yeah, it's the same thing with us, and you always have to for our scrimmage at least, should just be a faceless opponent, right? If you just go out there and execute all that good stuff, like it really don't matter who you're playing. If you're doing your job, no matter the opponent, the result will take care of itself, right? So, I mean, we went out there and we definitely probably had an advantage depth wise and some top end speed and talent and all that. We definitely had an advantage. And so got the result that we wanted. But then you have the battle of keeping the kids in check that we still got work to do because we play in one of the toughest districts out here. And the things that we might could get away with against this team, turn right around game one, that stuff ain't gonna work. So we're kind of fighting that battle a little bit. We're getting ready for our season opener next Thursday night. So
yeah,
but y'all had y'all season opener last night at the house
at home, good crowd, good gate, so that's always good. It's been a weird opening to the season, I guess, because our jamboree got canceled.
Yeah,
last week we didn't really have any game simulation kind of thing, and so you get those missed tackles, missed assignments. Kids are just out of shape. It's tough to get in game shape.
Yeah, the only way you can do is play, right?
Yep.
And we got kids.
We got kids that are going both ways, and to get in that kind of shape, you just got to keep doing it. And
there just ain't no way to replicate that. I saw the live stream. It looked like it was a little rainy conditions out there too.
Yeah, it rained all day. Grass was wet. It wasn't. The weather was good while we played. A little bit of wet ball drill kind of thing, but it was good. It's good to be back out there, honestly.
Oh, dude, that's the feeling I had. The place we were playing at, it was going to be at their little field that's at their high school. It wasn't going to be at their big district stadium. That's kind of like some of the ones you see, on social media and stuff about Texas high schools and all that. We were going to be at the little field that they had at their school. So not knowing what the press box situation was going to be like and space and all that good stuff, I got to be down for it. And I kind of had the thought before the scrimmage that, man, it's been going on. This will be going on 5 years now. I hadn't been on the sideline for a game. So it was kind of nice to be able to do that, experience that. Cause we did a live quarter after all the scrimmaging and stuff like that. Got a ton of good work in, got a lot of subs in there to kind of see what our 1.5s, our 2s can kind of do. What can our 3s kind of do and get some better ideas. Cause now they count rolling into game one. But
you can't beat it, man. The pageantry is the marching bands go and
Yeah, so I saw too. I rewinded it because I caught the live stream. It had already kind of started, I think. So I rewinded it back, and y'all kind of have a new little way y'all walk out to the field now, right?
Yes, it used to be. At least when we were in school, it was you just walk out from the field house, across the track into the main gate at the end of the end zone. Now we kind of do. We've started it since we got there, Coach Norton and the rest of the staff. So this is our 3rd year. If we kind of walk up through the bleachers towards that same end zone gate, I think the kids like it.
Yeah,
they walk by the student section, dap up all their buddies, or little.
Especially a game like y'all had. It's 2 close towns, so the crowd was going to be a good size. And, it gets the juice hot a little bit.
It does. It does. It's nice to start off at home too. You can't beat that. But
this was the first year our scrimmage, we had to go on the road for it. And it's been the first time in 5 years we had to scrimmage on the road. And it was, when we do these scrimmages preseason, it's every level of scrimmaging. So we got the half day out for the school business athletics, and we had to get the freshmen up there because their scrimmage started at like 4 or whatever it started at. JV was going to start at 5. Varsity, we're going to do the whole official pregame warm-up routine, kind of big dress rehearsal. And then it got started about 7 o'clock. But I mean, all in all, we're talking 8 school buses worth of kids that we got to get up there. 20 student trainers you got to get up there. Logistically, it is an undertaking. And So we got through it. It was always nicer when it was at home because as soon as the first one was done, you send a coach in to monitor them, get all their laundry turned in, they head out. We move on to the next one. The rinse and repeat with the JVs. And then it's all, we're all here and good to go for the varsity one. But we made it through. So it was a long
Yeah.
night, though.
Yeah, it was a rough night for us, but we did learn some things about our guys. We got some kids out there that'll compete, and I'll take
There you
that any
go.
day. It's just some of the
Absolutely.
small stuff we got to clean up, and it's a long year.
It's a long year, man. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You never know. You find that magic potion and make some things happen. And
I mean, all credit to the team we played. They're a good team. They'll be a good team. They're in a classification above us. They're a solid team, and they were ready. And to be frank with you, it didn't seem like we were ready. We kind of settled in a little bit later, but off the rip, we were not ready to roll. And it showed. But there's some things to clean up. And if you could see my grading sheet right now, this a lot of minuses.
Man, yeah, I had to sit down and go through mine. And because I knew, like, in hindsight, we kind of had an advantage on this team. You're just being as nitpicky as possible. And so the grades came out solid, but always room for improvement.
Yeah. When I'm grading, I like to be nitpicky anyway. I'm just like, I ain't even give you nothing good. Like, you got to earn it if it's going to be good. Unless you played which I don't even grade you if you only got like 5 snaps. I'll just give you your pluses and minuses. How do you grade? Do you do the old plus minus, or do you do?
No,
I've
I
seen
have
people do
a
a number system. I've seen people do.
So I have 3 categories that I kind of look at because we preach 3 things for us to be a good defensive team. Number 1 is our alignment pre-snap. Are we lined up based on the call in the right position? Like, they're going to get a point for that. So on any given play, you can get 3 points. So that 1 point comes from alignment. 1 point comes from your assignment. If you're running a stunt, if your job was to get a reroute on number 2 or whatever, speaking from an outside backer's perspective, if you had back your way and you got to slow play it because of the RPO game, but you're just hauling tail, you got to take care of your assignments. So that's where that 2nd point comes from. And then that 3rd point comes from effort and just, did you get to the ball? So I always tell our guys, you better be in the tight frame when that whistle's blown by the referee. And if you're not in the tight frame, then you ain't getting to the ball. And for the most part last night, we had some guys rallying, except for maybe the backside corner who's taking his pursuit angle deep, right? He's probably not going to get there. But other than that, we were getting 10 guys at the ball every single snap, which is what you want to see. But so I do all that. I also write down beside each line in this spreadsheet what the huddle clip is, right? When I send it out to my guys, they know they can go to a clip 82 on huddle and they can see, and I got a little notes column with my notes on it. And then I keep tallies, a running tally of snaps, grades for every game. I do that for the whole season. So at the end of the year, we can get a good body of work at, hey, this guy played 400 snaps this season. It was this percentage of our defense's total snaps. And he went out all season and had like an 85 grade for the season, which, is really good, right? And then hopefully he's an underclassman, right? And so, you might have that type of thing coming back next year. And then, but I like to keep track of it.
Yeah.
And then we also do a production chart as a defensive staff. Day after the games, we come in, get all of our defensive stats. And so then I've got my snaps, and then we've also got production to go off of. And I'll never forget 4 years ago or so, we had a little 10th grade guy that had just moved in. And so he was kind of behind the 8 ball, but we got about that 3rd, 4th game. And I realized, hey, in half the snaps as this senior guy that we did have starting, he's got triple the production. Like, we've got to spend this guy some more. And the guy winds up stealing a starting spot once we started district play. And, the rest is history on that. He's going to be a 3-year starter for me now. And he's a ball playing dude. But
so we do it pretty similar.
That's how I do it.
Because mine is max you can get is 3. So I do it very similar to you. Alignment, assignment, and just effort. And then the only difference I'd say between how we do it is I have a Google Classroom set up with my position group.
That's interesting.
I'll plug their grade in there as an assignment.
Okay.
And I'll share the link to the Google sheet they can get to see everything broken down similar to you, where it has play number or huddle clip, comment, checks, whatever. And I like that because it sounds like it does similar to what yours does, but they can see their progression. It's easy for them to see, and it's easy for me to see. So it'll give me like an average, how they're averaging so far in the year, all that kind of stuff you can use Google Classroom for. Like, if you
That's
were
pretty
teaching.
smart. And we just now got Google Classroom this year. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
a new avenue for me too. We hadn't
Yeah.
had it in the past, but I never
It's
thought about delivering it to them that
yeah,
way.
it's nice because I know in Huddle you can share plays and whatever, but like I'll go in Google Classroom and I'll put in if we're just getting started and some of these kids are younger, I'll put in something as simple as a graphic that just has, alignment on it, like 0,
Yeah.
1, 2, I2 with like mapped out so they can see it. And I'll put
Yeah.
our D-line install in there, little
And
quiz here and there to check
we'll do all that in
all their
Huddle.
stuff.
We'll do the installs tab on
Yep.
Huddle, and we have our entire defense on there, and we can obviously make groups with your players on Huddle,
Yep.
right? So we'll have the 2025 varsity linebackers or whoever the group is. And if you ever have a new install or something, you share that out with them. We do our weekly game plan through that too.
Mm-hmm.
It pulls up like a card, right? If you're doing a print off a card for practice, but that's where we'll add in all the notes. It turns into like a slideshow, and
Yeah.
we run
Yeah.
through that with the guys in our morning meetings that we do with them. But
That's
yeah, I
what
mean, there's always
we,
more than one way to skin a cat.
yeah. So we'll do that as a staff. We'll have it in Huddle. But for some reason, there's some of these kids. Well, so one issue we had last year was that on these Chromebooks they have in school, the
Yeah.
Huddle was blocked.
My goodness,
And
what
it's
are we
like,
doing?
come on now. Like, I get you don't want them watching that in math class,
Right.
but I want them watching it if they have study hall or something.
Right. Yes,
Like,
absolutely. Well, I remember going to the computer lab back when we had computer labs, and it was my study hall period, right? So I'd get my permission from, and of course it helped that a football coach ran the computer lab.
well,
And
yeah.
I'd get in there, and this is back when we had DVDs, right? And so
Yeah.
I'd grab the DVD from him, I'd drop it in that CD-ROM player, and I'm sitting there watching the video during study hall for an hour and a half every other day.
I
Yeah, we
remember
can't block Huddle.
right. I think it's unblocked now, so we're good there. But
That's
it's
good.
just
Yeah.
I just keep with the Google Classroom thing just so I can I can send out a quiz every now and then randomly.
Yeah,
And
there you
just kind
go.
of check where you're at. Like if
Yeah.
we're in a 30 front, strong right, this is what you got, where you going, anything like that. What's your responsibility on the backside, that kind of thing. But I don't know. That's just something I like to do. It's just extra, I guess. But
Well, and we have some position groups, right? Because everybody kind of handles it a little different. And
yeah,
so some position groups have like quizzes, like you said. And so we'll do like, and when we come in on Monday, like when we see the kids Saturday as they're leaving, some of our position groups might hand them like, hey, you're going to go and scout these guys.
yeah,
I want to see what your thoughts are. Turn this in on Monday. And then obviously Sunday, we're doing our Sunday meetings and all that. And we're going through our own scouting report. And so you get that side by side. If the
yeah.
kid's really watching, did they notice that, hey, number 3 is their best player, like kick and run, whatever the situation might be? Or did he just make something up, or is it super generic? And then you go check his Huddle watch time. You realize
Oh,
he
yeah.
ain't watched any film that weekend. And
Yeah.
you can catch him a little bit
Yeah.
because you
they
got to
don't-
be a student of the game, right?
Yeah. Speaking of, you mentioned the DVDs. I remember making my highlight tape when I was
I remember that too,
junior or
dude.
senior.
Yeah, I remember that too.
And it was the OG Huddle where you did have to order a
Yeah.
DVD. Like you couldn't, it wasn't digital. Like it was online, but you couldn't share it or something through that. You had to download it onto a disc. And so I made like 10 copies of a disc
Yeah,
and
you
just
had
mailed
to.
it out to like random schools or wherever.
Yeah, that's how you had to do it, man. Now you just
Nuts.
get a link and put it on your Twitter, and you're just
Yeah.
trying to get, if nobody's coming and visiting the school, right, you are just
Yeah.
doing something to maybe
Yeah.
get across their desk. Although I've heard, then we talked to Coach Sawyer Jordan at Ole Miss, and he said they don't really do look at the Twitter thing that much. So
No.
I don't know. There's probably
He
always
said
more than one way to skin
he
a
might
cat.
peruse it, but if it's not something like a 4240 or something in your bio,
Yeah.
he's gonna be like,
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. Like, how many kids lie in their Twitter bios? Like,
yeah.
I feel like the go-to generic 40 time. You probably already know what I'm thinking. What's the go-to generic 40 time in a Twitter bio?
I asked somebody and they're probably just gonna say like a 4344, something like that. I don't know. What do you think?
See, I feel like I see 4-5 like across the board
4-5, yeah.
because 4-5 like from a kid's perspective, like, all right, I know I'm actually like a 4-8 maybe or 4-7, but it's not like I'm lying and saying I run a 4-2.
Let me fudge
Like,
it a little bit.
If you're a high school kid and you run a laser 4-5 or 4-4 on a laser, like you're one of the fastest guys on the field. Like unless you are just in some insanely rich, talented area. If you're laser mid 4s, like you are one of the fastest guys on the field. I think the fastest guy we have lasered at just shy of 4, and he's by far the fastest guy we have. And
what's the slowest one you've ever had? Because I got one that's pretty nuts.
I had to get my sundial out from astronomy class and measure it. No, I'm just kidding. I'll stop my head. We've had some slow ones, but usually it's freshmen, right?
We've had a high 6 before.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
it was a
Yeah.
mid to high 6
Yeah.
probably, and yeah, it's heavy feet. You can hear just the turf pounding as they're running the 40. You know, it's you don't want to keep working, man. Hey, get in that weight room, do your off season
Yeah.
training with us, and we'll try to knock that down to maybe a 6 flat
We should
here in
just
about 3
start
years.
our practice, or not our practice. We should start like spring practice first day. Just everybody run a 40. If you're over this line, just go ahead and head down to the lineman field down there.
Find you a
Sorry
shoot down
about it.
there.
Yeah.
Man, hey, speaking of big dudes running, all right, I did make a huge mistake last week, guys, and I do want to say I apologize. I totally did not know that the hefty lefty, Jerry Lorenz, had passed away 2019. So RIP to the
Yeah.
hefty
Rest
lefty.
in peace.
Yeah, we got some comments calling me out on it. I realized after we stopped recording
Yeah.
last week, because I was trying to reach out to him, and then I kind of was just looking at dates on his Instagram profile, and it's like, man, most recent post was 2018. Like, what's going on here? And then, of course, you find
Yeah.
out on Google or whatever that. So I do apologize, guys, and I do want to say a big RIP to the hefty lefty, because you are a legend, dude. You are a legend. But as I was looking through comments too, Jack, I got one here for us from Logan in Southwest Missouri.
Mm.
He said, "Hey, coach, I know you're busy, have a lot going on. Just wanted to ask if you have any advice for young coaches. I'm currently coaching D tackles at my alma mater in
Yeah.
Southwest Missouri." And so as soon as I heard that, I was like, "Hey, Jack, you know something about coaching D line at your
Yeah.
alma mater." He says his wife and I are headed into their last year of college, going to be teachers and coaches at the same school. Just had their jamboree yesterday. Ton of fun. Says he loves the job. Just wondering if we have any advice to give to a young coach that's just starting out. And he says he's a fan of the podcast. So we do appreciate it, Logan
Yeah.
from Southwest Missouri. So, Jack, you got any thoughts on that?
Well, starting out, I mean, first of all, you're not too good to do anything. Don't come in there thinking you know everything in the world. You're going to be wrong. Listen to the people that have been there for a while, and just find anything that needs done. I mean, even if it's laundry, and you just walk in the field house and you see something's not done yet, and it takes like 5 minutes, just do it, man. Find things that need to be done and do them. As part, just from an organizational standpoint, that's going to help you out a lot, because coaches see that. Your head coach will see you doing things that other people may think they're too good to do or too much of a veteran to do. You're not too good to do any job. And the second thing is, do the little things like grading, take it serious, watch your film, study. Because again, if you're starting out, even if you think you know the game, there's going to be a coach probably there that's been there 20 years, done it for 25, who knows 10 times more than you do. That doesn't mean you can never share your opinion, but take criticism the right way. And that goes for players too. I mean, we tell them to be coachable.
Yeah.
You have to be coachable as well.
Absolutely.
But just give it your all, man. Have fun. At the end of the day, you're there to serve those kids.
Yeah, it's a game. Have fun, right? Enjoy it. Sounds like he's enjoying it. Working with the kids and stuff. And you kind of had some of the same thoughts I had. Nothing grinds my gears more. This is year 10 for me, and so I'm not a young coach, I guess, anymore. It's kind of weird to think about it like that, but I know I'm also not like a super seasoned vet. But the one thing that just really like bothers me, and maybe it's coming from a small school, and all my experience being small schools really until I moved to where I'm at now. But like you said, like just you got to be all hands on deck, right? It might be on one guy's job sheet to make sure something's tidied up or whatever, equipment room or loading the trailer for an away game or whatever. But it grinds my gears when, because I'm an all hands on deck guy. If I see something along the way, I'm going to try to do my best to assist with that. I might have my hands full with my own duty sheet, but I'm not going to, like you said, be too good or be too untouchable or too much of a veteran to where I can't help out in that regard. Because man, if you have all hands on deck, it really just makes the whole thing work a whole lot better. And I think, like you said organized, right? I think that's really key. It is crazy, in my 10 years, like how many people are just not organized, like or just don't
some people
have
are
their
a
crap.
mess.
And I can't operate like that. Like I've got to know what my schedule is so I can start preparing.
Yeah.
I like to know what I'm doing for tomorrow's practice or a typical Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so that I know on my end to get my crap taken care of. I gotta, this time before I gotta be doing this and all that. But the people that just kind of show up and it's just like, I cannot function like that.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. Like, I gotta have it. I just can't because, hey, if you're organized, practice goes smoother, everything goes
Oh,
smoother.
yes, yeah.
Now, granted, there are coaches that have done this for 40 years, and if you tell them they've done it enough where if you tell them in, 1 minute you're gonna run this period over here doing XYZ, you need to have a drill or something ready, and they can do that because 'cause they've done it for 40 years. But
Yeah.
me, I wanna plan, A, what we need to work on, B, a good drill to work on that, and see how to organize it to maximize time and maximize
Yeah.
efficiency. Now, again, we got a coach on staff who could probably has 8 drills for anything you could ever want, but he's done it for 40 years. So, I mean, it is what it is. But starting off, you just be organized. It's not that
Yeah.
hard to keep your
It's not that hard. And
your
get there on
expletive
time.
in
It's not
order.
that hard.
Get there on
Y'all
time. Oh
get
my
there.
god,
Yeah,
get
that's
there
not a
on
hard
time.
concept either. Yeah, if whatever time the kids are supposed to be there, 30 minutes, right, is kind of the
Yes.
universal rule. 30 minutes before whenever you're having the kids be there. That's like
Yeah.
the universal rule. And
Yeah.
so that would just be my
And
kind
don't
of
be
thoughts on it too.
don't be the first one to leave. We're all busy. We all got stuff going on, but don't be the one
Yeah.
that's walking out the door as coach is breaking down everybody in a huddle at the end of
Or
practice.
or beating the kids out the door, like
Yeah, come on, man.
kids
Like,
still in the building and there's dust on the road
yeah,
from a coach tailing off. But different people do it different ways, man. But yeah, that would be my advice. So shout out to Logan there. Speaking of having your crap together, Iowa State and Kansas State had to have their crap together pretty early
yeah.
for a game in Ireland. Did you get to watch any of that Ireland game today?
Yeah, I caught most of the second half, and they went back and forth there. I think it was in the fourth quarter pretty late. They kind of went back and forth, but I saw
Yeah,
the fourth down where, let's see, who was it? Northwestern was going for it. Iowa State
Can
stops them,
you mean
and
Kansas
then
State?
no, Kansas State was going for on fourth down.
Yeah, you said
Iowa State
Northwestern. You're
stopped.
thinking purple, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's a long day. I got home 3:30 last night. I'm running on
I was
fumes
afraid to
already.
text you to see if you were still up for it because, like you said, those game nights, and we didn't even have a
Yeah,
game last night. I actually got to sleep decent. We went up Saturday or this morning to get some extra work in with the varsity guys since we're on a short week next week. But Thursday night, like you said, I think I got home at like 10:45,
yeah,
and my mind is just racing. Like
yeah. I can't.
so it's
I'm
probably
not.
1 o'clock before I actually fell asleep. You watch a
Yeah,
little film, you get kind of mad about something or
yeah.
happy about something, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
can't go immediately. Like some people can just lay down and go to sleep. I gotta like unwind, and you're already getting home late.
yeah.
And like my fiance, she's out like a light. 30 seconds after laying down, gone.
If it's a normal night, I can do that. Like
I can't.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, if my head hits the pillow, I'm out. But it's a game night. It's those Thursdays,
Yeah,
Fridays, that where my mind's racing. Right, you're questioning maybe something you did, maybe something happened, fan interaction or something like that, and like it's just replaying in your head how you
yeah,
should have handled it or
yeah.
whatever.
And speaking of that, what was the young man from Southern Missouri, Logan? Was that his
Logan, yep,
name?
Logan.
One more tip for you: give yourself some grace. All right, if you're just starting, like you're gonna go out there. Let's say you're D line. Okay, we played a team. Last year was my first year with the defensive line. We go out there and play an option team who absolutely, I mean, they're blocking at your thighs. Like they're not,
Yeah,
it's no pass pro, no spread, nothing. It is option football, 4-point and a flipper. And they beat our tail up and down the field on the front. And I took that to heart because I'm like, it's something I did. It's something, I didn't have them prepared, yada, yada, yada. Look, this is high school football. These are 15 to 18-year-old people you're dealing with. They're not going to be perfect. Don't take it too hard on yourself because there's going to be bad nights, but there's going to be great nights too. Just give yourself some grace. Sorry.
yeah,
Side note,
yeah.
but
Don't be too hard on yourself. Yeah,
no.
Iowa State wound up pulling it out. I was pumped. I kept an eye on it as I'm kind of doing some of my breakdown stuff and all that,
Mm-hmm.
getting ready for our next opponent. But I was keeping an eye on it because I had the Kansas State quarterback over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I'm sorry, not passing yards. That'd be a easy money one. But so he hit one late for 65 yards that put me
To
over
get
on
it,
that.
nice.
So I was able to cash out on that one. But I did hit me probably like a 15, 20-minute snoozer about third quarter or so
Yeah,
just
I
because I
tried,
was
but
wore out.
I tried to take a nap, but then I just started thinking about the grading and film breakdown I
Yeah.
got to do. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I got to get up.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot. Yeah, we got a big one next Saturday. We got Clemson LSU's next Saturday, right? Or am I losing track of time? Or
I think, yeah, no, next, hold on.
next
Yeah,
Saturday,
should
or
be.
it's not a Sunday game. I know sometimes they sprinkle those college games early on Sundays, but
I think it is Saturday.
I know it's at the Real Death
Yep.
Valley. I know that, Jack.
Yeah, that's for a fact. It is Saturday at 7:30.
And ever since I guess the DJ Uyunglele years, I have not been as confident, right, going into a game as
Yeah.
in that Deshaun to Trevor Lawrence kind of span. So I've been really reserved. I know LSU apparently he's got a talented team. They're always pretty talented. But Brian Kelly, man, he's been kind of talking some trash a little bit.
He's been and I think he forgets when Notre Dame came to Clemson, the monsoon game.
Yes,
I think he
yes.
forgets that.
It was the
But
hurricane. It was a hurricane that got inland, right? And that,
Yep.
it was a downpour of rain.
Yeah. So I was still working there when that game, and game day's there. The whole week you don't know if it's going to get rain. It's a marsh out there, mushy, pouring rain. The $300 Gore-Tex Nike rain suits are rained through. Like you're putting them in a dryer at halftime. But probably one of the craziest environments that I've witnessed, in football. But I think Brian Kelly forgets about that because he came out that tunnel. He looked a little worried.
Yeah, he was talking about LSU being the Real Death Valley, and they're just letting Clemson borrow the name or something like that. Yeah, when he was at Notre Dame and he's about to lead them out, and he saw Clemson running down the hill. You gotta pull the picture up. You got the picture on there?
Yeah, I can find it.
Dude, yeah, that's an all timer. We might have to make that the thumbnail. We'll have to one off it a little bit so we don't get in trouble. But I think we can definitely make something happen on the
He
thumbnail.
shook.
Let's
Hold
see
on, let me
this
find a
right
good
here.
one.
Yeah, all you guys got to Google is Brian Kelly, Notre Dame, Clemson, and you'll see the picture at some point in the images.
Can you see this?
My man's seeing demons right here, dude.
Like that dude is shook. That is the face of old blank right there.
What have we gotten into?
Yeah.
Now I think that was back when Notre Dame had the quarterback that was actually from South Carolina, right? He was from the Myrtle Beach area. Was it Everett
I can't
Golson?
remember. Yes. Yep.
Or
yep.
Ian.
I can't.
No, Ian Book was a little later, I think. I don't know. It's been 10 years now. It's hard to believe almost since that game's probably been played. That was probably 2014, 2015, something like that.
It was probably about then. I was in school then, so it had to be somewhere in that range. I can't find that quarterback's name, but
yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to keep quiet about it. I think the money lines have Clemson as like a 3-point favorite. Points are at like 54. It's at Clemson, so that kind of makes it a toss up. But I don't know, man. College football's here, dude. Just watching the Ireland game, and got the first.
Gets the juices going.
And next week is Texas Ohio State's the big one, right? Because that's where game day is going to be. And dude, this is Lee Corso's last college game day, right? Like he's not even going to do the full season. It's just this one episode, right?
Yeah.
And in all fairness, it's probably about time, right? You can kind of tell on screen that Herb Street's kind of there. Make sure everything's good.
It's still gonna hurt though, because
it's gonna cut you deep, dude.
Yeah, I just waking up in like October. There's a little chill in the air. Turning on game day. That's like my childhood right there. And to see him leave, it's gonna be heartbreaking. Yeah, oh my gosh.
Elementary school, like you would have thought whoever got that headgear, you would have thought it was like magic voodoo. Like they are about to get this dub. Like as an elementary school kid watching game day. Yeah, it just man, we should have brought that back on the nostalgia episode we did a couple weeks ago. We should have went through some of those, but nah, man, like season's getting rolling, school's full tilt boogie. We're just kind of prepping. Of course, we got a short week for our first game, so things are going to get real interesting because that means all the JV and freshman games are going to be on Wednesday night next week, and so that means so a little Wednesday night action. Yeah, and then freshman mirrors the varsity's locations. That'll be 6 road trips I got to make just on sub-varsity nights, and then 6 road trips for the varsity nights. And I think I've already said before, I got to go to College Station, which is like a 4-hour drive on a yellow dog. And so we're trying to get them ready at every level. But man, it's here, dude. It's going to be full blast.
It's here, and I'm feeling it. Like, I'm excited and tired, but it's a great feeling. So I love it.
Yeah, we're playing a good team too, so it'll be a good matchup. Our schedule last year, our schedule this year, it's good quality opponents nonstop. Like every game was a team that won their district or made playoffs or is state ranked. And after we made that deep run a couple of years ago, it was kind of hard to find some teams that were close by. The teams close by, you know, word on the street is didn't want to necessarily play. And we did jump up a classification too, but I always just hate using that as a crutch. Like, oh, y'all
Yeah,
moved up to 6. Y'all made the playoffs first year in 6. Hey, good job. I'm like, no, we should have went 9-1. But
yeah,
anyway, we're hoping for a big revenge season on the road. Calling this season the Road Warriors. Maybe
nice.
maybe it'll give us a little juice. Who y'all got next week?
So we travel to Crescent High School in Iva, South Carolina.
Gotcha.
If you didn't know, Crescent has upgraded their facilities. They are
I
top
remember seeing
notch.
some pictures not too long ago. They got a jumbotron now.
Yeah, they're balling out there. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. I guess they did a
Man,
penny tax or something that helped them. They're the only high school in that district, so they
man,
kind of
that
get a little
reminds
more.
me. That reminds me. I saw a screenshot. Gosh, where was it? Here we go. This was from Coach's Corner TX, I think, is the Facebook page, and so they highlight some Texas programs, right? And so this is a picture from Crockett, Texas. All right, and it says, "What do you do when lightning ends practice?" And so go to your indoor, right? Well, this school's indoor is their ag barn. And so this picture on their Facebook page for the guys listening, if you go find Coach's Corner on Facebook, they are in a wing T formation going 11 on 11, and they are in an ag barn, like they are on dirt. Like it looks like a little rodeo arena or something like that, FFA arena. And I'm
That
like,
is
dude,
awesome.
that's it right there. Like that
That's
is Texas high
football.
school football. Shout out to freaking Crockett, Texas, getting after it. That might
Yeah,
need to be our team of the week. In fact,
honestly, that's awesome. I'm trying to find it now.
yeah, the page is called Coach's Corner, and it's on Facebook. Uh, this was a couple days ago. They put this picture out.
I'm on their Facebook page, but if I see it, I'll pull it up. But I'm in a bunch of volleyball stuff now. But
Anyway, it's a good one.
I
Did you find it?
think so.
Hit that
No,
screen
never
share.
mind. Never mind.
Maybe you type in Coach's Corner Crockett, Crockett, on just a
Corner.
Facebook post search. Maybe that'll
Yeah, how you
filter it
spell
out
Crockett?
some. Crockett.
Oh, like Davy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Fire that
that
thing
is
up.
awesome. Going here. That is incredible.
That's it. Like, tell me that on screen football right there. I see
That
a
is
big Texas
incredible.
flag. We got the rodeo flag, or little pennants up in the ceiling.
That is
We're
awesome.
wing T, 11 on 11 on
I'm gonna go
dirt,
ahead.
baby.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you this is the O-line coach right here.
He's trying to get that butt view right there.
Yeah, that is insane.
Man, speaking of getting, we got more. I didn't even see any of these.
In
Yes,
the
sir.
hay, baby. Look at that.
Yeah,
What is this? A triple team? What is this?
we got something going on there. Something going on for sure.
Nice. I'm gonna like that.
Shout out to
That's
Crockett,
awesome.
Texas. You guys are doing it right out there in Crockett. Also, shout out to Coach's Corner on Facebook. They do a great job highlighting some all sports Texas high school. They kind of get submissions for different things. So shout out to those guys. Man, you just talk about gets the juices flowing and stuff. We had the scrimmage week, right? And the team we were scrimmaging, they only had one freshman team, one JV, uh, obviously one varsity. So we kind of had to, anytime we have a team or an opponent that doesn't have matching teams, right, where we can go A and B on freshmen, A and B on JV, we kind of have to go and find different opponents. Well, for
Mhm.
scrimmage week, it just meant we did some inter squad. And so Thursday morning at 7:45, we got to have a freshman gold team inter squad scrimmage at the
Yeah.
big house at our stadium. And man, like some people get annoyed with the sub varsity duties. You got to find joy in that's another thing, Logan.
That's
Find
yeah,
joy
yeah.
in the little things, right? And so when it's maybe the JV period, if your school don't have a freshman only team or whatever, yeah, whenever you're working with maybe some of those younger guys, whatever, find joy in it. Because man, we had us a grand old time Thursday morning
Yeah.
with the Goldies out there getting after it.
Dude, the JV, anything, we don't have a ninth grade team. So junior varsity for us, I love it. I mean,
Yeah, it's fun.
those
And it's
games on
pure. It's
Thursday.
so much more pure.
Yes, yes,
And that's what I like
yes.
about it.
Like I'm not as stressed. I feel like it's actually, which I guess the reason we're all there is for Friday night, sure.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
something about Thursday nights, man. You're just
Something
less
about it.
stressed. You're having fun. You're enjoying it. The
There's
content is
less.
incredible. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the stories you will get from junior varsity football.
That reminds me. That was the whole story I was getting after here. So we get it filmed. We get a filmer up in the box, and he's filming thing. And so I'm going. I got my off period, so let me fire up this gold team scrimmage film. And we're like 4 clips in, and it's just straight inside zone. Like hole opens up wide. My backer's running in there. He gets shook so hard, you just see a shoe go flying across. Like he stopped moving, like he was breaking down, but he got broke off, and that shoe, the inertia or whatever, like
Kept
just
going.
kept going, man, like
Yeah.
nonstop. You can't make the
It's
stuff up. But
no, it's a good time. It's a good time. So enjoy it, Logan. That
yeah,
part's amazing.
so we got to do the Goldie scrimmage Thursday morning, and then Friday afternoon we did while the varsity was getting there. Usually, the day after the game, we get a recovery lift in. So the coordinators and the head coach, the 2 coordinators and the head coach are down there lifting the varsity. Every other coach, all 14 or however many of us are remaining, it's all hands on deck with our JV2. And we had to do it in the indoor because of the wet bowl, but we rolled the old end zone camera that we have. So we got like almost like a good drone view of it.
Yeah.
And just we're getting after it for about 45 straight minutes. And man, like you said,
The
you're going to
best
get
tape
some
you could
laughs.
see.
You're going to get some laughs. Hard count. Our offense loves to hard count
Oh my
on
gosh.
JV10, freshman
Yeah.
B. The first play is going to be a hard count. And the
Yeah.
entire defense is going to jump. And they
Yeah.
know I'm going to holler about we're doing up downs and we're going to knock out
Yeah.
5 real quick. And so it's kind of the running joke. But
I
man,
hate that. Like, don't get me started on that. Because even we're doing team periods in practice, and it just drives me crazy. Everything we do is on the ball. Every drill we do is on a ball and a stick.
Yeah.
I have it with me every day. And somehow they find a way to still just jump off sides every time, I swear.
The testosterone gets flowing, dude.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Speaking of, when you said the drone view, so last night I told you I have a few helpers that are helping do videography, film, just helping us out on game day. And I had one last night. We were kind of demoing our drone as an end zone camera versus the full tower setup. Because the drone's, this big, the tower thing, you have to roll out and set it up. And anyway, so she was flying, and she's an incredible help. Love having her there. We get so much more practice filmed, and it's just great to have her.
Absolutely.
She comes up to, but I start uploading the film from the drone, and I noticed that there's only a quarter of film in there, and I'm like,
no, I think I already know where this is going.
And then I see her, and I'm like, just tell her, hey, I appreciate you doing that. Appreciate your help. Hope you have a good weekend. She's like, oh, I have a story to tell you. I'm like, okay. It hasn't clicked in my head yet what transpired, but and I wasn't gonna get mad at her about the film because who knows what happened. She tells me that how the football field is right beside the district office and the warehouse and where all the buses park and everything. She tells me that somehow, the drone I don't know, it doesn't matter. Drone's fine. Put there. But at some point that drone had flown over and landed in the parking lot in the district office bus lot, which I don't have a key to. And so we had to.
So is it still there?
No, we got it back. We had somebody who actually drives buses sometimes who had a key, and they went over there and got it. And she was like so worried and like telling me, I'm like,
Poor
you're
thing.
good. Like, I knew I was going to have students flying this thing. That thing's got a protection. It's insured. Like, we're good. You fly that into a brick building, I get a new one tomorrow. It's no big deal. But she was so concerned about it. I'm like, you're good. I'm guessing that's why we only got like 1/4 of the film in for that end zone. She's like, yeah, I don't know what happened. It just like went. And I was just like, it's all right. It's okay. But it scared me for a little bit because I thought I'd lost it.
Oh, dude, there ain't nothing scarier than when you think maybe the film got lost. Like,
Yeah.
And then it's just like the game that never happened, right? It was like 4 years ago, maybe. We were playing at the school that it was a fight, but their community hadn't voted on a new bond to get some improvements to their stadium and all that. So they're a 5A school, 5A numbers, legit 5A, all that good stuff. But facility wise, way off the what the status quo kind of is. And so the film deck, it's kind of an old school press box, kind of like what you guys have, right? But you can't get on top of it because it's like a slanted roof. So the film deck is actually off to the side of the press box. And so, and there's no covering over it. And so set it all up or whatever. Bright and shiny day. I think it might have been the season opener that year. Bright and shiny day. And then out of nowhere, with the sun still shining, it rains more than I've ever seen in my life. Like with the sun just out. Like I don't know where the rain was coming from. And everything, their stuff, our stuff, all that. That game, and it was an awesome game too. We ended up losing by like a couple points, but it was like 56-54, like back and forth all tough, they had like 3D1 guys or something, 2 or 3 D1 guys on their offense. And we had, we obviously got some talent too and stuff. And so it was just like a star-studded affair. And history will never know, like what the film said of that game. But just some stuff you can't.
Scary.
Scary thought, man.
That's a lot of money.
Speaking of freaking just natural Mother Nature. So yeah, told you it was a crazy scrimmage for us Thursday. So about halfway through the JV scrimmage, it was, the guys that have responsibilities like getting the headsets ready or, whatever we got to have ready. For me, it's the camera stuff, right? So we kind of were able to peel off during the JV portion. And so the JV kind of had a skeleton crew of coaches calling it for them and stuff. And we're getting stuff ready. We already told you the home, it was only one set of bleachers and we're trying to pack the parents and our families travel really well. And then plus we got 3 different teams, 50 kids a pop, right? At least 2 parents are coming. If not, everybody's whole family's coming. Plus it's at their stadium. So it's going to be they're going to have a home crowd too, but we're all trying to fit in like what y'all's away stands are like. It's that kind of situation. And so, and then the press box, like we had to film off to the side again. I'm up there sweating because I already coached one game. I'm trying to keep an eye on my guys that are my JV outside backers. And then I'm also having to get stuff ready for the varsity scrimmage that starts as soon as this thing's over with. We got to have it all ready to go. And then I got to get down for pregame warm-ups and all that. I'm up there hooking the cameras, yada, yada, yada. Dude, freaking bees, yellow jackets start just flying out. And so I've got a hat here and I'm swatting away, trying to hook in a HDMI cord and all that. I mean, just battling the elements. I was so happy just to come down and get back on the sideline. Let me just go coach ball. These other duties, it is going to be the death of me, but it's part of it. It's usually where the best stories come from is the other 100%. Duties as assigned.
100%.
Man, we're kind of hitting that time, Jack, where we got to get our team of the week fired up. Yeah. Guys, if you didn't know, if you're a new listener, Jack, we've had a huge explosion in August, and we really do appreciate everybody that's been tuning in. We've got 200% more listeners just in August so far than we have in the previous month. So it's just boomed out of nowhere. We really appreciate it. Appreciate the folks out there sharing. If you haven't already yet, tell a fellow coach, tell somebody just loves football about 4th and Ward. And what we do, we try to highlight a team every week from random town America, right? We don't want the IMGs. We don't want the modern days. We want small town USA preferably, so we can shine a little light on them. And our team of the week is always brought to you by Gridiron Spice Company. You can tackle your taste buds with the Gridiron Spice Company. You get their 4-pack for $48. It ships for free. And then you can also use the discount code 4th and Ward to get another 10% off. So you can go 48, 10% off that. You still got your free shipping. Life is good. That's the code 4th and Ward, the number 4, THANDWARD at gridironspiceco.com. Tackle your taste buds. Gridiron Spice Company, and also co-founded the company. So appreciate it, guys. We're trying to get everywhere. If you know anybody who runs a store or something, we're trying to get in some storefronts, and we're in a few right now, and we hear some really good feedback. So You got ChatGPT ready?
I do. Real quick though, if you're in Williamston and you're wanting to pick up some Gridiron Spice, Ace Hardware in Williamston does have it in stock. So go ahead and get you some there.
That is true.
I'm going to go ahead and share this screen.
Yeah, just so that people don't think we're.
Yeah, so I want you all to see this.
ChatGPT's pulling it out of a hat here. It ain't
here we go.
Predetermined.
Drum roll. Oh, I thought my inner key don't work. Here we go. Didn't we already do this?
Yeah, that's what we did last week. The volunteers. This is episode 22.
Oh my gosh. All right, technical difficulties.
Yeah, just remember that we're recording, so you can't cuss out ChatGPT like you like to do when we're not recording.
Yeah, no. Episode 22.
22, hard to believe, man.
Let's try this again. Thinking longer for a better answer. Thank you. please.
I was thinking
Select it.
hard.
Yeah, we're just really pulling through choosing an obscure team. What?
We got another one. Another South Carolina. Is that the third South Carolina team we've had?
I think so. Because
Let's roll with it though, because when it comes to small town America, I think about 96.
Yep.
South
96
Carolina.
is what is it, like 90 miles
It's out
east
near
of due west?
Greenwood. It's
Something nuts like that.
Man,
96.
We used to scrimmage 96 when I was at BHP, man, and I'll never forget. They were I guess they were 2A at the time still. I'll never forget. We went there for a scrimmage, dude. And we were a 3A or 4A, but they're usually got some talented kids and stuff for that size. We go down there for a scrimmage, and dude, they had a running back that year that was a man child. Like, now he stood out way more than any other kid on the team, but that's just because he was. When I tell you he was a dude, let's see how 96 has been doing lately. I ain't been able to keep up with how they do this past year.
This was supposed to be our jamboree opponent, but
that would have hit close to home.
Yeah, so tough loss to Emerald last night.
Emerald's 4A though, right?
I think so. Yeah, they bumped up.
So
that's a 2A. 2A playing a 4A, 28-0.
Yeah, 2A. Yeah, being within 4 scores of a team 2 classifications above. Like,
let's take a look. Okay, it's a rough year last year.
All right, you go through that sometimes.
But these are, I mean, most of them are kind of tight. I mean,
well, Abbeville's going to win 1A state.
Yeah.
Saluda won state not too long ago, right?
Yeah, that's a good team.
Crescent, y'all said's on the come up.
Yep.
Chesney's a 2A or 3A. Ware Shoals used to have some dogs back in the day. I don't know how they've been lately. Ware Shoals, baby, home of the Catfish Festival down there in Ware Shoals, South Carolina.
See how I thought they were. Okay, so they're just coming out. Looks like maybe they had some older guys graduate 2 years ago, and they're kind of
little rebuild. Yeah, what is that? This is the year before. What is that? 8-3.
Is 2 years ago. 4-1 in the region.
Now, if I remember right, their stadium setup was nice. I think it's like tucked in, kind of right beside the school. If I remember right,
so.
It's been about 8-9 years. Yeah, let's see what old 96.
If you could see where my keyboard is, you would understand. All right, let's see. That's Greenwood. Okay, here we got. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that's nice.
That looks too nice. Not bad.
Yeah, it looks a little too big.
Like really nice.
I want to say theirs was concrete. Yeah, if I remember right. And I just remember it was kind of in a little bowl. That looks more. No.
An A. I don't know who that is.
It might be. We need some photographers down in 96 to get some action shots.
I mean, this is the closest thing I can see.
That's it. That logo's them. What are we in right there? A little 3. Or they're in shotgun right there, ain't they?
Yeah, I know they ran because they were our jamboree opponent last year as well. Let me add South Carolina in here. That might help. Didn't think there was more than 196, but
what's that one right there?
Here we go. That's an overhead shot.
Well, that's it. Yeah, the home side. Yeah, on the left-hand side. It's on a little hill. Yeah, okay. It's coming. No track. That's what I love to see.
Love that.
I love a stadium with no track. Now, as a coach, you do have to be careful if you're barking at your guys.
Yeah.
And there's no track.
Yeah.
You got some folks sitting a little closer to you might hear what you're saying, but
yeah, you got to do the classic. Just say whatever you need to say behind the piece of paper. So
or you can have
your lips.
Have your back to the stands and have your guys in front of you. And then that way it's at least projecting out. Now, the parents might see the kids' faces if you're barking at them.
Yeah, but I feel like in 96 or Abbeville, parents want that. They
want that. They want hard-nosed.
Yeah.
Hard-nosed kids. Like, those are blue-collar towns right there.
Well, let's
shout out to 96. So we got any uniform shots?
Sure we do. I know they're burgundy, but
yeah, they got that maroon and gold kind of look going on.
All right. Looks like we got Nike. All garnet, burgundy, whatever color you want to call it.
That's clean.
That's what I'm talking about. Look at the mismatched helmets. Is this or is that
looks like that's a camp or
combine or something?
Yeah, that's multiple teams taking part on that.
That's some good pictures here.
Heck
Let's see on their homepage. Maybe they got better pictures here.
They doing it right down there in 96.
Matthew Bennett's the coach there? I didn't know that.
I actually think I actually think I knew that. I think I follow him on Twitter. I don't think I know him personally, but I think
We
I
got some.
followed him on Twitter from years ago. Shout out to Coach Bennett, getting these guys right. Let's see. That's the schedule this year.
Okay. Okay.
They're doing it right down there in 96. Okay.
Yeah, looks like we got the all whites and the all. I don't know if it's garnet or burgundy, but
Yeah, I think it's like, yeah, Garnet maybe, I think is what it's supposed to be. But
look at
shout
that.
out to 96 guys, the Fourth and
Yeah.
Ward team of the week. Good luck this season, guys. Sorry about your opener versus Emerald, but keep things in perspective. They got Ware Shoals on the docket. That's a pretty close. It might be a rivalry game. I don't know who else they would be big
Yeah,
rivals,
those
but
are
that's all
pretty.
kind of down that same area.
Yeah.
Some Greenwood suburbs.
I can't believe they have to go to Pelion, Saluda, Batesburg, Leesville,
Yeah,
Strom
it's out.
Thurmond.
Batesburg, Leesville's. That's wild. That's kind of out there a little bit.
That's the
But
region. That's kind of crazy, but
yeah, I know they kind of have to redo it depending on how many schools are where, and then y'all do upper state, lower state. I know that divides it
yeah.
up. But shout out to the 96 Wildcats. They get to join the roster of Fourth and Ward teams of the week. Shout out to Coach Bennett down there. Looking forward to a great season from you guys. We need to go through, we talk about this every week, and just kind of see how our teams are doing. We'll work on that. So we got that ready for
Yeah.
next time, guys. But we're already hitting close to our time, Jack. And I know you're running on fumes. I know I'm probably going to be calling it an early night tonight as well after I get some more film breakdown done. It's just me and the boys at the house. So we're going to have the football up on the big screen. We'll try to educate them a little bit on who we got to
There we
play this
go.
week. But start them young, right?
Oh yeah, have to.
Yeah, you got to. Some of these kids, it takes all the years they can get. I know my crew might be slow to learn. We'll see. Hopefully, they got good football knowledge when it's all said and done. But
Surely they will.
as always, guys, thanks for listening. The Fourth and Ward community is growing, and we just love to hear that feedback. So if you're listening on Spotify, go ahead and hit that comment button. Let us know where you're listening from. I think we are now in 47 states, Jack. I think we finally got. I think we
Not
are
Vermont,
still.
right?
I actually think Vermont might be the one that we
Wow.
crossed off. I think it's still West Virginia, South Dakota, and there's one more I'm forgetting, but I think we're in 47 now. And
We're
then
getting there.
we picked up a few new listeners in Singapore this past week. So yeah, and that was my thought exactly. So we
Okay.
might have some Palmetto Mustang and 40 Jackrabbit fans down there in
Interesting.
Singapore. I don't even know where Singapore is on the map, but we appreciate you guys listening. If you're watching on YouTube, drop a comment. Let us know where you're watching from and some topics you'd like for us to cover. We'll do our best to keep it going as this year moves forward.
Stay golden.